Let's see. So my screen is visible, right?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, Ved, it's visible.
Okay. So in last class, uh, we have covered about the basics of functions. Okay. Now, today, what we will see. Hope everyone is clear with the functionality of the function, that how exactly the function works. If anyone has not attended the class, please check the recording of functions. Now, today, what we are going to do, some topic is the first thing, nested function. Nested function means how we can define a function inside a function and what is the way to call. And the second is anonymous functions. Anonymous functions. And the third is map, filter, reduce. In anonymous function, that is called lambda. And this is very, very important. In entirely ML or AI, you will use these functions to do the things in a faster way. So let's start the nested function first. What exactly the nested function is. So as per the name, it is clear the nested function means a function inside a function. So how we can use that and how we can declare. So let me define a function. So here, this is a function. So this is a way to declare a function. Def is a keyword. And let's suppose I'm writing a function name here, outer. Okay, that's it. And here I'm writing a statement inside this print outer function execution. Okay. And now here I am defining another function which is named as inner. Name you can give anything. Now I'm giving the name outer inner so that we can understand it in a better way. Now here I'm writing print inner function execution. This is very important to understand. And here also, again, I am writing print last line of the function. Here, maybe if someone of any of you were not able to understand the concept of indentation, here you will understand. Now this one function has I have declared. Now let me call this function. So now I am calling the function here outer. So guys, can you send it in the output? Do not tell, send it in the output that what will be the output I'll get if I'll call the function outer. What output I will get. Whatever right and wrong, whatever the understanding you have, just send it. Do not get hasted, whatever you are thinking that this should come. Send it in the chat. So I got response from the Koinur. Anyone else? So as per the Koinur is saying, this line will execute and this line will. So Koinur is again saying outer function execution, inner function. Okay, Koinur is saying this three line. Nandini is saying outer function, inner function, and last line. Nandini is also saying the same. Anyone else? Guys, don't. Vivek is saying also all the three lines. Okay, say this also. Now, the Koinur, when you said the first answer, no, that was correct. Only this line and this line will execute. Okay, not the entire last line. Abhishek, no, not the only last line. These two line. Now let's see and try to. We will try to go. So here, what I'm trying to do, I'm calling the outer function. So here, when if you remember the concept of function, there are two things. One is function declaration, where you declare the function, and the second is function calling. Okay. Now, until or unless you will not call the function, whatever you have written inside the function, that will not get executed. So here, this is the function declaration for the outer. This is the function declaration. Now, where is the function calling for these two? For the outer function, this is the function calling. Function call. But for the inner function, there is a no any function calling. See that. So in that case, whatever the things will be written inside the outer function, that will execute. And how do you understand which things are written inside the function? By seeing the indentation. This and this one is this both statement is inside the outer, but this statement is inside the inner. Let us see that. Okay, let me show you. So def outer, and I am writing print outer function execution. Okay. Now def inner, and I'm writing print inner function execution. Okay. Now print last line of function. Okay. Now let me call the outer function and run this. Oh, sorry. See, outer function execution and last line, because these are inside the. Now the question is, how would we call this inner function? Okay. So can anyone suggest that how, if I need to call this now inner function, how would I call? So remember one thing. If a function is written inside a function, you cannot directly call that function. Let's see. If I'm writing here inner and let's run. Say that inner is, because it is not able to understand that. So what is the way to call? Either inside this outer function, just call the inner function. See this indentation. This line, this indentation, line 12 and line 11 and line 8. This line 8, 11 and 12 is inside the outer function. Focus. This line 8, 11 and 12. This has the same indentation. See that. So this inner function is where? It is inside the outer, because see this indentation. But this line is inside the inner function, not the outer. But now here I'm calling the inner function. Where I'm calling? Inside the outer, because this indentation, whatever I'm writing, this is inside the outer. So now when I'll call the inner, this automatically this statement will get available here. And then when I will call the outer function, this one, and then inner, and then the last line will get executed. See this. Now let me call the outer. So outer function, inner function, the last line. No, outer, last line, and the inner. Outer, okay, this line will execute. So outer, inner, and the last line. Understand? This is the one way. Correct? Any confusion in this? But this is not the ideal way to call it. Now I'm going to write the way that is the most standard way people use to write. See this def outer function. Okay. And here I am writing return outer function description. Okay. Then I'm writing here def. Sorry. I am writing, let's suppose here some print statement. Outer function execution. Then now here I'm writing def inner. And I'm just printing inner function execution. Now what I will do, I will write here return inner. Now see the magic. Now let's call the function. Now here I will do k equal to outer. Okay. So can anyone tell me if I will write like this? Two questions you have to answer it here. First, is it going to print anything or not? Print anything or not? The second is, what is the value of k? Tell me for this line. Quick, take 1 minute and answer it. Because whatever we are seeing till now, there's nothing which I haven't covered or I haven't explained. Abhishek is saying that it will print outer function execution. And what about the answer for the second question? So Abhishek is saying it will print outer function execution here. And what is the value of k? Or is that everyone is aligned with this answer, or someone has any other answer for this?
I think it will print both the lines.
Okay, who is this? Abhishek or
Kohinoor.
Koinur? Okay, Koinur is saying it will print both the lines. Okay, now let's understand first. See, again, remember, did I call anywhere the inner function here? No. So it will not print right now this line. It will not. One thing. Here, what I'm calling outer function. So whatever written in the outer function, that will get definitely printed. So this one was correct from the Abhishek that it will print outer function execution. It will definitely print this outer function execution. One thing, as you will run this line, no, it will write here outer function execution. But the most important is now to understand here that what is the value of k. Abhishek is saying same value of k. No. Now, this is very, very important to understand now that what is the value of k. So, if you remember in my function class, when I said it, whenever we write in a Python like this, what does it mean? It means the return value of the outer will be referred to this value. So now my question is, what is the return value of the outer function? Can anyone tell me?
Inner.
Inner function execution.
So the return of the outer is inner. So can I say that this k is equal to inner? Hmm? Can I say that?
Yes.
Now here one more logic you need to understand. Writing a statement like this or writing a statement like this is two different things. Here, this statement means the return value of the outer will refer to the k. But this statement means k is the alias name of this inner. So in Python, now you need to understand whenever you write a equal to 10, it doesn't mean this 10 is getting stored in the a. It means that the a is an alias name of 10, means now this a is representing this 10. It is in a C++, in a Java, the concept is like it is getting stored, but no. In Python, it doesn't work like that. When you write a equal to 10, so what happened? It creates some memory where the 10 will be there, and now a is referring to that. So alias name of the 10. Now the 10 will be known as a in your Python code. That is. So the same applies here. When you write k equal to inner, means now this inner will be used it as a k. Means whatever the work of inner was there, now that k will do now. So now if I will call the k like that, no, it means you are calling inner function. So then this inner function will get executed. So as I will write here, k is like this, then this inner function will get called and this print inner function execution will get executed. Any confusion in this? Tell me. Let me explain this once more and please focus it. Be constant. So when we are writing in Python a equal to 10, it doesn't mean this 10 is getting stored in a. No. In memory, it will create a, in your RAM, it will create a memory where the 10 will be there and a is going to refer there. Now see this statement. I'm writing it here. K equal to outer. It means that the return value of the outer will go to the k. K will be referred to the, understand like this. K will refer the return value of outer function. This is the step. And here when I'm writing a equal to 10, it means is also a is referring to the object 10. Got that? The same way. Now k will refer to the return value of outer. Now what is referring means something like that you are writing a equal to 10. So means k is referring to the return value of outer. What is the return value of outer? Inner. This is not a function call here. This is inner. So it is like this. The same thing will go here. It means now k is the alias name of inner. The way you will use a as a 10, now I will use k as an inner. So if I will call k, what will get called? Inner will get called. And as the inner will get called, this statement will execute. Okay, so let's see this. Let me delete this entire drawing and execute the. Now here, simply return inner I'm doing, and let me this. Okay, so first I'm just simply here writing k equal to outer, and let's run this. See, outer function execution ran that because I said it as you write this line, this outer function will get called and whatever inside that. Now, see, simply, if I want to print the k and see what will happen, what it is saying here, you can see it here, what it is written, inner. See this. This k I'm printing and it is saying inner. And if you exactly want to see in Python, there is an, we will read the magic functions. So this is the main, it will write, sorry, main, I'm writing name. See this. What is the name of this k? It has written inner. Now let me call the inner function. So I'm calling k, it means I'm calling inner function. See, inner function execution. Understood the flow? That how to call, and that can be called like this as well. Let me check. But no. So this is the way you can call that. Okay. Hope it is clear to everyone that how you can call the inner functions. Okay. Now let's jump to the okay. Now let us see the concept of lambda function. Now what is lambda function? So I just want everyone to write a very simple question. Okay. A simple code. Write a function which accept to numbers and return the sum of that number. Can you write that, please? Write a function which accept two numbers and return the sum of that number. It's a very simple, most simplest function code it can be. Yes, Koinur is correct, but it would have better if you write the return in place of print. So it is simple. How you can do? DEF. Let's suppose I'm creating a function named temp. It is accepting two variables and it is going to return a plus b. And when I will call this function temp 4 and 7, and it will print here 11. Now, what is lambda function? So this thing can be done in one line. See that. I will write here S is equals to LAMBDA lambda x comma y and x plus y. So, and I will call this S with 4 comma 7. It will print 11. That's it. It means that this 4 will go to the x, the 7 will go to the y, and this operation will get happened. Whatever the operation you want, you can do. Okay. if in the same function, in this function, if I'll ask you to make the two things, like to do the sum and subtraction as well. So you can write a plus b and a minus b, and the output will be a tuple like this 11, 7 4 11, and 4 minus 7 is minus 3. This will be the output. The same you can do here, like x minus y, and it will done. So in a one liner, this is called lambda. Whatever you will write after the lambda keyword, that will be the input which you are passing it here, x and y. And then whatever after this column. So if you just think, this is almost similar. The structured way, we are writing in a different way structurally. So x plus y and x minus y we are doing, and we are passing the content here. That's it. And see, I'll show you that how this one will work. So s equals to lambda x comma y, and I'm doing x plus y. That s 4 comma 7. This. Oh, sorry, it has to be 11. That can be stored as well. 1 second. M equals to this one. 11. Okay. So this is now, if suppose I want to do x minus y as well, and now let me run this. Name x is not, did I make it bigger or what? N x comma y over that take or not x take like this. We have to use map then. It will not take like this. We'll have to use the map. So we'll see, there is a concept of called map, filter, and reduce in that. But this can be passed as a single parameter. We'll see that if I want to pass the single parameter and I want to make a square, so now this function will have the single parameter. So I passed 4, and a square of the 4 is 16. So single parameters, double parameter, triple parameters, the way the traditional functions we wrote, we can use the lambda function with that. Understand that what is the syntax, how to write that, or any confusion in the lambda function?
No.
Okay. No. Wait a minute. Then let's go. Now, this most important and most frequently asked question in interview for the freshers at least: map, filter, and reduce. And if you know this, once you'll have a good number of experience, uh, if you have a control on these functions, you can use it smartly in your projects. Now, I want everyone to solve this problem. I have this list 10, 20, 30, 40. Now you have to create a function. You have to create a function, and on the every value should get multiplied by the 2. Like a new list will be 20, 40, 60, and 80. Write a function, and that function should accept a list, and the list, every value of that list should get multiplied by 2 and return that. Write a function. You understand the question?
Yes, sir.
Yes, do that, please. Let's take 2-3 minutes for that, please.
So using map.
No, the
filter.
traditional function. Create a function, not my filter reduce. I will explain that. What map.
Okay.
Anyone is able to do that? Just Abhishek has given, that is correct. Okay, so this is very simple. You'll just declare a function, any function like I am now just defining temp, and it is accepting one variable which is a type of list. And if you want to make it declare it as a list, you can write it like this list. Okay, and that's it. And if you want it that the function should return as a list, so you can do it like this. And first, what I will do, I will iterate through over the list L for, sorry, for I in L, and there is one list we can declare k equals to just an empty list. And what I will do, k dot append. In k, I will append, what I will append, I multiplied by 2, and then I will return this k. And when I will call this function temp with the list 10, 20, 30, so it will, now the L value is here 10, 20, and 30. So the first value of I will be 10, and 10 multiplied by 2, 20 will get appended in this k. Same way, the next value of I is 20, and then 20 multiplied by 2 get appended in this k. And then the third value is I of is 30, 30 multiplied by 32 just 60 appended k, and then finally k we will get 20, 40, and 60. Okay, this is the way. Now, this can be done by using this map function in one line. Let's see. So first, understand the syntax of map function. Okay, so how it is. If you will see this code, no, here from here to here, this is same. This code will be similar in the map, but in one line. How? First, list can be created like this in the both way. Like I can write like this, and I can write like this as well. Okay, in a both way. So let's see. I will write here list, and then I will write here map. Okay, and then here your function. Okay, and here is iterable. One close for this one, other close for this one. That's it. This is the syntax for the map function. Now, how would we implement for this scenario, which I asked? See that. I will write list. I will write map. Now, on place of this function, what we can do? I will write here lambda x. Okay. And then what I will do? I have to multiply the each value of x by 2, comma, iterable. Iterable means this is what input you want to give. So that iterable I will pass here. 20. Oh, okay. I mean, whatever it is, 20, 40, 60. One close for this one, other close for this one. How internally it will work? The first value will go to this x, and it will operate here now 20 into 2, because the first value of x is 40, and that will be inside this list will get added. Now then the second value will go to the x. Now 40 into 2, 80. Then the third value will go 60 into 2, that is 120. This is how this is the syntax. Now let's see it in a code. It's very simple and but very useful. See. So I'm just writing here list, okay, inside that map. So when you'll do this parenthesis, automatically it will take opening and closing as well. Lambda x x into 2, and then I'll pass the iterable 10, 20, 30. That's it. In k, run this. See, done it. If you want to multiply it with the any value like 3, 30, 60, 90. Agree? Now, one thing you need to understand in which scenario you can use the map. So always remember. The first thing, it should be applicable on iterables. Applicable on iterables, the first thing. Second thing, if you want to implement on iterable and after the operation, after the operations, if length is similar, means see 10, 20 and 30. What is length? 3. If I'll do multiplication with 2, 20, 40 and 60. Here after the operation, the length is also similar. This is also 3. This is also 3. So there's no difference. So in these kinds of operation you can do. Either you are subtracting it one value from each or the 10. But remember the length will be always same. It is not going to either increase or the decrease. Okay. Then in those scenario, you can think of that, oh, now I can use the map function in a short it can be done. Okay. Now, what I want you guys. So, okay, let me explain this. So if there is a function called list, list L 10, 20 and 30. And there's another list 2, 4 and 6. So I want that multiply the respective element of both the list and it should come like this 20, 80, 180. Understand? Can you guys write the code for this? Tell me yes or no if you are able to write that or not. The traditional way, not using the map, just understand it as a normal function you have to write, and inside that this codes you have to write. Can you do that?
Sir, can you explain it?
So there are two lists and you have to multiply each element of the respective element of the list and store in a new list. Like 10 multiplied by 2, the first element of both the list, 20. Second element of both the list, 20 into 4, 80. Third element of both the list, 30 into 6, 180.
Okay,
It's
sir.
simple,
I'm
no?
trying.
Sorry?
So I'm trying.
And kind. I didn't get.
So I'm trying now. So
Okay,
hello.
let me. Yes, tell me.
So I'm trying to solve this problem.
Okay, okay. Just take 2 minutes and solve it. I'll explain that then after this. Okay, so it is simple. So you can just use for I in range length of any of the list. Okay, and there is another list I will do here. Let's suppose Q is an one empty list. What I will do? Q dot append. What I will do? L of I multiplied by K of I. That's it, and print the Q. And if you have to write in a function, just write a function which will accept two lists. Okay, and then do this performance, and instead of print, write the return. That's it. But this can be done in a one liner. I'll show you using map. Okay, let me show you. So see this carefully. I'm writing list. Okay, then map lambda x comma y. Now it has take two parameters. Okay, and it performs x into y because it has to be. Now I'll have to pass the list. Let's suppose 10, 20, 30, and then here 2, 4, and 8. Let's see that it has to. So how it worked? See, the x has taken the first value from this first list, then y has taken the first value from the second list, 2, and then it operates 10 into 2. It is 20. Then x has taken the first value 20, and then the second value y has taken it from the second list, which is 4. So 20 into 4, 80. And then it has x has taken the third value from the first list, as it is 30. And then the third value of 8 will be referred to the y. And then this 30 and 8 will get multiplied, which is 240. You can see. Correct? So has done. But there is still flaws in that. Now let's see. Here we are seeing both has the same length. Let's suppose this one has now here 10, or let's suppose 9. And now let me run this and see. You are still getting 240. But if someone will give this customization that no, if the length are similar till that point, it should multiply, and then after it will append that value, whatever it is present, the extra length value. So for that, you cannot do it like that. You have to write now the function in the traditional form. So that will be your task. You have to perform it. So hope you are clear. So for this kind of input, what should be the output? 2080 240 comma 9, because this 9 is extra. Okay, both has a 3 lengths, but the other list has one extra item more than 3, so that should be appended in the final list. So that you need to perform. So that will be the task for the tomorrow, and tomorrow I'll take the class. Okay, so you have to perform this. Got that?
Yes.
Okay, now let's understand the filter function is also similar to that. That's why I'm covering filter function. What exactly the filter function is? Let's suppose if this is a list 10, 11, 20, 21, 30, and 31. If I'll ask you to filter only the even numbers from this list and append in a new list, how would you do that? So that's very simple. I will use for I in L. And please, whatever the question I'm saying it here, just go through the recording if you are not able to recall, and try to write everything inside a function. Okay. For I in L, if I modulus of 2 equal to 0 means if the remainder of any number after dividing with 2 will become 0, it means that is the even. Let's suppose if you divide this 2 5s are 10, the remainder is what? 0. So that logic I'm using. If I'm taking the every value of this list and dividing it with the 2, and if the remainder is coming 0, it means that value is a even number. So let's suppose k is a new list I have defined here. So inside that I will do k dot append that I will append inside that k. So once you will print the k, it will have this value 10, 20, 30. Now you can see it has the length 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, but this one has the length 3. So here you cannot apply the map because the condition was map. If your input and output iterable length should be same. But here in this case it is. But here we need to use the filter function. So the syntax is similar, only the keyword will change. List, on place of map, you have to write filter. You have to write your function. And here I'm using lambda function, but I'll show you we can write the custom def function and we can call it here. And then the iterable. And one closing for this one, other closing. That's it. And let's implement this the raw form. List, filter, and lambda function I will write lambda lambda, and it will accept one item, and what it is, x modulo of 2 equal to 0. That's it. And then the iterable 10, whatever it is, 11, 20, and 21. That's it. It will take each value here and it will compare this condition. If it is satisfying, then it will put inside this list. Otherwise, it will not. Okay. Let me implement this. So here just I'm taking 10, 11, 20, 21, 30, 31. This was the list. And on place of map, I will use filter, and lambda, it will take 1 because it is only taking one value, because every value we have to compare. So x modulus of 2 equal to 0. That's it. Now we print this. See. Done. This is how. Are you able to understand this? Guys.
Yeah, it's clear.
So this is the map and the filter. It is very, very important. Okay. So please focus on these things. Okay. Now I will take a class tomorrow again for the concept of reduce, and then the most important part from the and the last topic from the function is decorator, which is little bit complicated, but it is very, very important. So the decorator will cover, and then we will move to the file handling part. Okay. So we'll meet at 9:30 tomorrow. Okay. Cool. Good night, guys.
Good night. Thank you.
Good night.